What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger. And as y'all can see, man, by the looks of the title and the screen today, I got a very special big man build in store for y'all. This build is going to be called the Glass Cleaning Facilitator build. With this build, you're going to be able to still maintain park dunks, also going to be able to speed boost as well as break ankles. The shooting is definitely there, and when it comes down to the playmaking, I'm telling y'all, this is going to be one of the best parts about the build. So just know, this is easily also one of the rarest glass cleaner builds that you will be seeing. Has a lot of playmaking attributes into it. So man, I just gotta say thank God for giving me this opportunity to be able to be a part of your lives, but also have y'all in mind. But man, without further ado, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody looking to join the Rich Gang family, RGF, go ahead and turn on post notifications. But can we also get 50 big likes on this banger? Share it with your family and friends. And now, let's go ahead and get into the making of this build. So, the very first thing that y'all want to go ahead and do when it comes down to it is put it under the power forward position. Now, from there, you can really change anything up about this build when it comes down to the position as well as the pie chart. But to make it exactly with what everything that I had told y'all, the park dunks, the shooting, the defense is definitely there, but also mainly the playmaking. Go ahead and pick the pie chart right here. The pure playmaking pie chart. Yes, you're still going to be able to get a glass cleaning build name out of this, which is actually very surprising. But when I found this build, I had to go ahead and bring it to y'all because of the rarity of it and what it's also going to be able to do. I know a lot of y'all love to see the rare builds that are most definitely going to be able to be used in any game mode. So that is why I say that I have to bring this one to y'all. But now, let's go ahead and get into the badge count. So, the very first thing that we're going to go ahead and do when it comes to the physical profile as well, pick the very first one for the speed. I'm sure you could pick the fourth one with a much higher vertical, but out of this one, we're going to go with the pure speed. So, close shot going to be an 83, driving layup 74, and our driving dunk is going to be a 68. Right there, we get 5 finishing badges, which is not bad, I can say, for this kind of build being rare. Now, let's go ahead and get into the shooting. Right here, we're going to put that mid-range shot to a 73. Three-pointer, going to go up to an exact 66, y'all. Don't go anything higher than this. And then as for the free throw, put this to a 78. We're going to leave it like that, and we're going to maintain 9 shooting badges, y'all. Now, when it comes down to the playmaking, what you want to go ahead and do right here, put that pass accuracy exactly to an 80. Ball handle must stay at a 67. Do not worry, everything is going to work out perfectly fine. Then when it comes down to the post control, put this to an 87, and we're going to max out at 30 playmaking badges on a glass cleaning facilitator build name, y'all. Really, when it comes down to it, this is easily going to be one of the best ISO bigs when it comes down to all the stats, and once you max it out at 99. Now, onto the defense, we're maxing out that interior defense, perimeter defense, lateral quickness, block 72, offensive rebound 67, and a 79 defensive rebound for 10 defensive badges, y'all. I'm telling you, with this setup, you can change a couple things about it if you want to. Go ahead, but I'm telling y'all, when it comes down to how this run of the badges is going to be, easily the best that I have seen when it comes down to this kind of build name. The thing that sticks out to me is that we're still going to be able to get park dunks, dribble, and then also on top of all that, you have 30 playmaking badges. So, when it comes down to the height, you actually are not going to raise it at all. When it comes down to the weight, this is optional. Seek it how you feel like making the build. But for me, I really feel like you want to go with the lowest and then bring it up to 193 to where it does not affect any of your main stats or physicals. And now, when it comes down to the wingspan, already, you don't have to touch it and you will be getting the park dunks off rip. However, maxing it out will only help you more out on the defensive side of things. If you want to leave it as is, then you can definitely do so, but just be sure that that driving dunk is at least to a 70. Now, if you feel like making any changes when it comes down to the physical stats, like as far as your height, weight, and wingspan, you can definitely do that, but consider what this build is going to be looking like at 99, which is +4. Then you get another +4 from bind boost, and then on top of all that, running with teammates that have floor general, that is really going to give you another boost of 12. And then also defensive leader, add +12 to the defensive side of things. And right here, with all that considered and adding in the playmaking takeover, you'll be able to break ankles, speed boost, and on top of all that, the glass cleaning, slashing, and rim protecting takeovers are all some really nice options to pick from, especially if you know what you are doing. When it comes down to the +10 that we're going to be getting to each specific attribute when it comes down to these takeovers. I'm going to go with the playmaking, and as y'all can see, like I said, the first ever glass cleaning facilitator, and I love that comparison of Kevin Durant. Y'all already know that this build is most definitely going to be goated once you max it out. So before we get into the badges, there is one more thing that we have to go ahead and do when it comes down to this build. And like I said, remember, we're getting a +12 to all of our attributes if you are running with the right teammates, +8 if we run alone. But again, +12 honestly makes this build so much more better than you can even imagine. So first, you're getting a +8 to your physical, so you're going to have a 90 speed, pretty much a 90 acceleration, and your vertical will be in the 70s. But now, let's go ahead and add in a +12 to these stats. So, your close shot, going to be a 97. Driving layup, going to be an 89, and then the driving dunk is going to be an 84, y'all. Now, onto the shooting. Right here, the mid-range shot, going to be an 82. When it comes down to the three-pointer, a 75. Free throw will be exactly at a 90. And now onto the playmaking. Right here, in playmaking takeover, go ahead and add the +12. After that, we're going to add a +10 because of takeover. Pass accuracy, going to be somewhere in the 90s. But when it comes down to the ball handle, okay, you're going to have pretty much a 78 with boost, running with teammates that have floor general, but then get the +10, and that allows you to speed boost. Honestly, I can say with this build, you're going to be able to do a lot of things that a lot of big men aren't able to do, especially with the fact that we get certain animations unlocked, like for example, the park dunks, then the ankle breakers on top of all that. But when it comes down to the setup for the badges, finishing first, I'm going to go with Posterizer on gold as well as Silver Fearless Finisher. Now, if you feel like changing it up, you definitely can do so, but I'm telling y'all, there are multiple ways that you can go about when it comes down to doing these kinds of setups. For me, I'm going to start off with the second finishing, and now, look, here, you have to be very careful with what you pick. For me, I'm going to go with Green Machine on gold as well as Bronze Volume Shooter. Then also add in Hot Zone Hunter on gold, and then Silver Corner Specialist. If you feel like changing it up to bronze and then adding in Catch and Shoot, you definitely can do so, but I'm telling y'all, this is a really nice lineup to go with when it comes down to the shooting. Now, let's go ahead and save the playmaking for last. Let's go ahead and get into the defense now. We got 10 badges right here, so honestly, for me, I really do like to run a lot of silver badges when it comes down to my personal build. For me though, on this exact build, I'm actually going to go with gold clamps as well as intimidator, and then silver rebound chaser as well as rim protector. If you feel like changing any of the tiers on these badges, I would drop down intimidator down 1, and then also upgrade chase down artist to bronze. If you feel like dropping clamps and then putting the rest into Intimidator, you definitely can do so, or also add an Interceptor. That's going to be a huge help, but that is the setup that I would run with for the defensive. But now let's go ahead and end it off with the playmaking. We get 30 badges to work with right here, so a lot of different setups that you can go and test, and honestly I would say this is going to be the perfect build for that, especially coming out of the playmaking. So for me, I'm going with the bailout as well as bullet passer on bronze. You could upgrade them as you please, but from there I'm also going to go ahead and add in handles for days on Hall of Fame, hyperdrive, and of course you can't forget quick first step as well as quick chain. Now I know a lot of people are tripping that you have this many badges on this kind of build, but honestly, what other big man would you rather to run with? You can have this one that is going to be running floor general. Also, you can add in dimer, even post playmaker, special delivery. All of these are going to give you a huge boost when your center is passing out to you. Then on top of all that, they have a lot of ISO game out of this build. This is the setup that I would go with 5 finishing. Then we get 9 shooting, 30 playmaking, and then to end it off, we get 10 defensive. I just gotta say thank God for giving me this opportunity. Really, I mean that every time I say it, because without him, none of this would be possible. Without you, none of this would be possible as well. So I just want you to know that it all comes from God. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like, most definitely. Can we go ahead and get 50 big likes on this banger? But if anybody is looking to join the RGF family, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody looking to join, man, just go ahead and turn on post notifications. Share this video with your family and friends. And last but not least, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Thank God and Rich out.